What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel for some more Escape from Tarkov. So if you're a new player to Escape from Tarkov, you've probably been finding it pretty difficult to compete with some mid-range to late game players that have access to class 5 armor, pretty good helmets, face shields, and epic weapons. And although the face hitbox does equal the playing field, you're still going to run into players that do have those face shields, and it's going to make it very difficult for you to actually kill them. I'm not saying it's impossible, it's just the time that it takes for them to kill you is significantly faster than it takes you to kill them. As a new player, your primary goal is to really get to level 18 as soon as possible so you can get access to Peacekeeper level 3, which will give you the M1A and M80 rounds. M80 has a reasonably high percentage of going through all of the armor in the game. Face shields, forts, Altons, everything that you can imagine. So you really want to work your way up to that point as a new player. Once you get access to the ammunition, it's going to be your round of choice until you can get some rifle calibers that have decent armor penetration. Now, if you're going to be running into a player that is using a face shield, at the moment, most people are not going to be running Alton face masks, because it really disrupts your vision quite a bit. So most people are going to be using the Fast MT face shield with the LZSH. It's just simply the best value helmet at the moment. It allows you to wear that face shield and use your contacts, and it's a class 3 helmet. But here's the thing. Even if you don't have access to all the armor piercing rounds as a lower level player, you do have access to 7.62x39, which has a reasonable chance to go through those class 3 face shields with a single shot. It's actually around 75% on the first shot, and I'll include a link in the description box below, which is a game-changing document that really shows exactly the breakdown of each round versus each armor and the consecutive follow-up shots. And this was provided to me by Markstrom TV and the T-Stod during my stream today, and I just looking over this document, it really shed some light on how these rounds are interacting with the new armor types. And it also shows you that all hope is definitely not lost if you're a new player. You just need to try your best to aim for the head. The reason why is if you use 7.62x39 PS rounds, you won't be able to go through class 5. So what is the class 5 armor? Well, it's the new Gen 4 high mobility assault in the full kit. It's just the step below the fort armor, and it's available at level 30, and it's really reasonably priced right now at 110,000 rubles. It seems like a lot, but it's going to protect you from almost all of the rounds in the game, especially those that are being fired from lower level players. The only people that are going to be able to get through that are those that have access to BS, BT, BP 545, BP 7.60x39, 308, so you should still be able to get through it if you're using that M1A hype with a 86% chance to go through with the first shot. So that's why I think, like, once you get access to that round, you pretty much have to commit to it because you're going to get the most success. It's going to be the most reliable for you in the early game. Now, in the late game, you'll get access to some better rounds, which opens up the possibility of running like AK-105s, AK-74Ms, your AKM variants with BP rounds when you complete Punisher Part 5, the M995 round, which is actually available at Peacekeeper level 4, and you do not need to complete any task to actually unlock that round now. So the AK-101, AK-102, and the M4 become viable for you, and that's at level 29. So before that point, you're going to have to use some not so ideal calibers that are still capable of going through some class 3 face shields, but not so great with going through those high mobility armors. At level 4 Prep Warrior, you're going to get access to reliable AS-Vals and VSS Ventores, which is SP6. Now the great thing about SP6 is it's going to be able to go through everything that's class 5 or less relatively easily, and you're going to have a 900 rounds per minute weapon at your disposal. The only thing about this gun is the 30 round magazines do require 3 yellow pliers, and they're kind of needed in a way. I mean, I use 20s all the time, but you're going to frequently run out of ammo at the worst possible times, and that might get you killed. So if you can get access to those 30s, that's better, but if not, just bring a lot of magazines and a lot of ammo. The ammo is very expensive, but after starting using the weapon, which is now my favorite and go-to weapon for this patch, I am just making a stupid amount of money. Like, I am able to make more money than I'm spending on the ammo in my raids consistently because I have a gun that I don't have to worry when I run into an enemy. I know most of the time I'm going to be able to outshoot and outperform my enemies that I'm going up against. And that confidence gets me through a lot of games. And I know that comes with experience, that comes with the armor that I'm wearing, the gear that I'm taking in, like my flashbangs and just general map knowledge. But I would be remiss to say that the equipment does carry me pretty hard because the early game up until like level 30 is so challenging for the players that just did not get there just yet. You got to remember, this game is about having fun. So this doesn't include like MPX, MP5, APB face meta. If they don't have a face mask, guys, everything goes. I just want to be completely clear. A Makarov can take out a fully geared player if they do not have a face shield. Hell, you can even do it technically if you shoot them in the ears. So just when I'm saying like what guns and what ammo I'm using here, it's technically versus center mass, which is going to be the vast majority of your rounds. Center mass are headshots, and those headshots are assuming the player is using a face shield, because that's I feel like that's where most people are struggling if you're new to the game. You're not struggling versus the guys that don't have any armor at all. You're not struggling against those. You're having issues going up against those fully armored juggernauts, and you want to know how to get through that, right? I guess the last gun that I just always neglect talking about is actually the gun that I almost recommend the most for new players. And you're probably thinking the Vepr or the SKS, which are the most rated weapons. I'm not going to say overrated or underrated, but the most accurately rated weapons by all content creators. It's probably the most recommended weapon of choice when you go to any video of people talking about it. And even in this video, we're recommending up until level 18 to use 7.62x39. So that includes the SKS, that includes the Vepr. But the MP153, this thing is a savage. And you can do leg meta. You can go for the legs. So if you are running into those fully armored juggernauts, shooting somebody in the legs repeatedly with an MP153, especially if you get an 8-round tube, if you can put a muzzle brake on that shotgun, it's even better. You're going to have a good time. And if they're not wearing a face shield, and even if they have, say, class 4 helmets on, no face shield, you're still good to go. Go for those headshots. You're going to take them out. The vast majority of the encounters in Escape from Tarkov are going to be relatively close within shotgun range anyway. You're going to get the odd time where you're going to get sniped, but most of the time, players do like to push in closer so they can get more shots on target more accurately, especially going for those face shots. So the MP153, it's available right away. You can get access to it. It's great for farming the factory. It's good for customs, dorms, shoreline health resort. It's a great gun. If you see those chunky armors, go for the legs. If you don't see the face hitbox or a face shield, go for the face. So not a bad gun, not a bad choice if you're brand new to the game. And it's also cool, you don't have to be super accurate with it. You know, it's got a bit of spread, but not that crazy. We're not talking like Halo shotguns here, so you can be a little bit away from your target and still have relative success, especially if you put the muzzle brake on. So to end this video for new players, I'm going to include ammunition resources in the description box below. Open them, bookmark them, keep track of them. Escape from Tarkov is very much a game of understanding what ammunition to use and what armor to wear. It's important, and it's going to improve your gameplay knowing what to use, and it's going to answer a lot of questions, like, why did I put a full round of AKM into a Gen 4 armor? Well, now you know it's not going to go through if you're using the wrong rounds. Or in situations where you can identify those armor, you now know that you need to adapt your strategy to kill that person. Or if you're somebody who likes an MP5, but you're frustrated because you're running into dudes who have armor, you might need to adapt your strategy a little bit more. So I know when I was playing the alpha and making that transition from just playing casually to playing all the time, that was the biggest change that I made to improve my gameplay and to start to perform not just on an even playing field, but to sort of get an edge over my enemies who may not be completely aware of the ammunition that they're using or the armor that they're wearing or the choices that they're making in the game. Because Escape from Tarkov is incredibly fast-paced and you need to know these things. So I know it's tough, guys. So just in summary, 7.60 by 39 PS or some buckshot in the early game, hit level 18, start using 308 almost exclusively until level 30. You can experiment with different weapon combinations in different armor and different ammo, but if you want to go and be reliably killing even the best geared players in the game, that 308 will not let you down. And I hope with this knowledge, you'll start to slay people on a regular basis and start to really enjoy this game for what it is. So if you found this video useful, let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you have anything to add, if you're an experienced or intermediate Escape from Tarkov player, and there's something that you think I missed, then let them know in the comment section below and I'll do my best to pin it. If you want to watch me live, check out twitch.tv/DeadlySlob Monday through Saturday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and Sundays at noon. And also subscribe here to the YouTube channel for guides and gameplay that you can watch me play and how I fight against my enemies, so you might be able to learn a little bit more about the game. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks again for watching.